Hello and welcome back to our fourth live draw. It's the 22nd of August and welcome back to my good friend Pete. He left me on my own last week but he's flown in specially today to come and see me, haven't you, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Didn't he look lonely last week? I did have an option.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I couldn't come back
horrible.
and leave him hanging again, so
Yeah, thank
good
you.
to be back,
Thank
mate. You did quite well.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
So last week, before we get going, I think we should...
Yes, I've got a bit of a confession, I think is what
Confess,
Pete's trying to say. Last week I wanted the ground to swallow me up. The keen people out there, and I do get phone calls after the show of people noticing stuff that I've done wrong. So thank you very much for that, for noticing all the stuff that I do wrong. But I said I'm going to mention the first name of the person who's won it. And then when I did the draw, the keen people noticed that I didn't mention the name. Now there's a certain reason behind that, and that's why I wanted the ground to swallow me up. It's because obviously I was talking about Pete, and they ended up ringing Spain and ringing Pete's fiancée to let her know that she'd won the cash draw. So I was like, oh my god, this is just awful. And obviously Pete's situation, he had the phone ringing, but people are allowed to be in the draw. There's people who I know that are in the draw as well. So there's nothing wrong. It's all completely drawn at random. But yeah, I couldn't believe it.
In one hand I'm sat watching Daz, and then the other I'm watching Kerry answer a phone thinking, nah, no way is that happening.
Oh god, what a situation to be. But it's very open, honest. We have. I don't mind people ringing me up with anything that I've missed out or anything like that. But there is no grey areas. We cover everything. So thank you for noticing that. Over to you, Pete.
So as Daz has just mentioned, Kerry won last week, and Kerry's chosen charity was Samaritans of Scunthorpe. For the people that know me personally know I've done a lot of fundraising for Samaritans in the past, for Scunthorpe Samaritans, and I could not be happier than going down there again next week and giving them some more money. So see you guys soon. So just before I move on from charity stuff and on to questions, I just want to recap. Me throwing a holiday in last week obviously took away my time for I Invite You. So charities.
Don't do it again.
I'll put a permission slip in next time. We had Russell week 1 win, and his chosen charity was Salvation Army. We had Rebecca week 2, whose chosen charity was NSPCC, and like we just said, Kerry's was Samaritans. Ours, just to recap, was the Forge in Scunthorpe, and that money will be feeding the homeless breakfast for 2 weeks. The other 3 will be going down this week and giving them their money, having a quick meet and greet and seeing where that money's going. So we're behind on that, that's my fault. We'll get it done next week. Daz has already told me off.
We're on it. Yeah. He's on his job and he's still not done it.
But there's a bit of time catching up to do, isn't there?
God. I don't think you've even called me up yet. Cost me a fortune in some beds.
So, questions then. Let's go back to questions. Obviously, Daz didn't do any last week because he was looking all lonely and sad. So let's put him to the test again. There's only 2, you'll be glad to know. 2 questions. Upline money, just clear it up. It's an Invite You cash draw, but like Kerry didn't have an upline. She didn't have an invitee. So where will that money go that's allocated for invitees? Right,
okay, well just to explain that, there's 20% going to be spare. Now, as Pete said, using Kerry as an example, there was no 20% to be given away. So we're putting that into a funding pot. We don't have to give that necessarily to charity. By law, we have to give 20%, and we're giving 20%. But there's also going to be some spare. Now, it could go to charity, or it's going to go into our funding pot, and we will decide what we're going to do with it. We may have somebody who's in the draw who says, can you help us and raise money for this or that and the other, but it gives us control to do whatever bit of fundraising we want to do and make a difference that way as well. So the money goes into a pot. Like I said, we are auditors, so it's all in separate pots, so we know exactly where it is. So if you've got no upline, that money will go into our funding pot, which will then be distributed, to wherever we decide to go. And in the following week's show, we'll be letting you know, so everyone will know where all the money's going to.
I'm just pointing at the screen, but have a look on the website. Daz is going to make it live tonight.
Yeah. I'll put that all on there, so it's open and transparent. But yeah, good question.
It was a good question, yeah. And then the other question, so I hope that one's mopped up there. Envelope. Once an envelope is drawn and the number is taken out, what happens to it then? Where does it go? What happens with it?
It basically goes back in again. So you've got an option like Kerry, in theory she could win again this week. I hope she doesn't, but she can still.
This week,
yeah, she still can, so it makes no difference. So as soon as we've drawn the envelope out, I don't know if I do it during the show or after, but the envelope will go straight back in, and you could win again the following week. So, and remember, the more people you kind of got involved, the more opportunities you've had to win. So there's other people that's going to win as well. So yeah, the money, basically, to cut a long story short,
Goes back
the
in.
envelope goes back in again.
But just with that, where you touched on that, of everyone's goes in, you join for the month. So obviously we're coming up to the end of the month. There's 5 draws this month. Get sharing these draws and get sharing what we do out there, so people can see that we're not for profit. It all goes to charity. You know, there's 20% that Daz has touched on, and let's get that phone call that we've been waiting 4 weeks for, where someone goes, yes, I'll come in, I'll get involved, and let's actually create all this big buzz. So
Yeah,
that's
get
what
yourselves out there, show what we're doing, because we're going to be doing some good stuff, definitely. Thanks
All
for
right, live draw time.
Already?
Yeah.
God, that seems
Rattle
to go
through
quick,
that.
didn't it?
Doesn't it go smooth when I'm back, look, eh?
Oh yeah, it does, yeah. Here we go then. Like I said last week, we are going to get other people doing the draws and charities coming in, but just during this holiday season, just be patient with us. We are getting there.
And say
I'll
yes
look
when we
away as
sign
I
up.
usually do. Here we go. I always feel the pressure on this bit. I don't know why.
When you're signing up, Wild Daz does that.
Oh God.
Just say yes.
Here we go.
There's nothing testing about it. Just say yes so we can say your name.
Oh, I ain't showing the camera. 824 is the winner. 824. So here we go. We're going to ring it. Is it as we mentioned? Do you want to ring this one?
Yes.
Yeah, we can mention it. Put it on loudspeaker. So if your phone rings now, you're going to be live on I Invite You. So here we
Are we
go.
watching? I got the answer.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
Come on.
No.
No way.
2 weeks we've had someone answer as well. We've failed. We've
Not going to
failed.
answer.
No one answering.
So we can say the name anyway because they're happy. You
Yeah,
confirm
it's
that name.
Jamie Bale's won. So
Well
we'll get
done,
that
Jamie.
money transferred over to you tomorrow.
It's rung out. So we got
Is it
half the
for the-
wish.
Yeah, we got there. We got there. Yeah.
So 824 was happy to be named and he's not answered the phone. Damn you, Jamie.
So we'll find out which charity is going to give to next week, and we'll announce it all in next week's draw.
Back in.
Are you going to show it going back in again?
Yeah,
It's bringing back.
he's ringing back. Let's go.
Go.
Hello, is that Jamie?
Speaking out here.
Hi, Jamie. It's Pete Fegan calling from I Invite You, Castro. You've won, mate. You're on the live draw, so please don't swear, mate.
No, I'm not going to swear. I just missed your call. I didn't know who that was actually. What is it, £1 million?
Yeah, never damn it, mate. I'll get it transferred across to you.
No, that's brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate that.
No,
No
problem,
problem.
mate. Thanks
Cheers,
for,
Jamie.
Thanks for ringing us back.
Cheers now, bye.
Cheers,
Cheers,
bye.
buddy.
Bye.
There we go. We
There
did
we
it.
go. Yes!
Get in there.
Brilliant. So there we go. Do you know, we didn't ask him if he'll get involved next week. Ask us, it's live draw, and we just went, yeah, someone's answered.
Yeah. Hopefully he will.
So we'll
Hopefully
get
he will.
in
It's one from Scunthorpe, so he is from Scunthorpe. He's Jamie. So hopefully we'll see if we can get him in. See if he'll do a draw. We'll put a bit of peer pressure on him.
All right.
Yeah, over to you.
They answered. Like I've already touched on, get sharing these videos on the page. Let's get the word out there. Let's make this grow. We've got 2 weeks, so you've got 2 weeks to sign up for next month's, and then you're in the draw. I know there's Kate who keeps regularly commenting on Facebook.
Yeah,
Am I in this week? Am I in?
Yeah.
So you're in for September, Kate.
2 weeks time, Kate. You'll be in. Don't worry.
Not long to go. I think that's it. I think we're waffling on now.
Yeah.
You done?
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you all
See you next week.
week.